Woof. Gaining 130 counters. Goodness gracious. Hello, good game. Welcome back, everybody, and thank you so much for stopping by to help support the channel. Leave that thumbs up while you're here. And we've got a special surprise. You're all aware of Killian, the Ink Duelist, yes? Have you ever seen a 2/2 become a 260, 230 creature? I know, right? How does that all work? Well, don't worry, we'll break it down in depth for you guys within the video, showing you the deck list, talking about strategies, synergies, getting into the gameplay, talking about playlines and interactions, and even discussing some of my daily misplays. And of course, this is going to give you a good idea whether or not the deck is right for you and your wild cards, right? So again, thank you all for your time and attention. Let's get into it. Silverquill Enchantments is the name of the game. 1.8 average mana cost. This thing is quick, with a nice spread of 23 to 19 non-creatures. 28 white sources, 21 black sources. A very even split here as well, with 18 lands in the deck. Running, I believe, a couple MDFCs to bring it up to 20. So you should have no problem there, unless you're me, LOL. And the deck revolves around Killian, the Ink Duelist, a 2/2 with lifelink and menace. Spells you cast that target a creature cost 2 less to cast. You may be asking yourself, well, what kind of spells will we be casting? Light of Promise for 3 mana, an enchantment aura, enchant creature. Whenever enchanted creature, does damage or gains life, you will gain that many +1/+1 counters on that creature. This is amazing, right? So it's a 2/2 with menace, which means it's got evasion, so your opponents will need to double block it every single turn. That's going to eat through their defenders. This is great. We have protection of our own to make sure that we keep it alive throughout that process as well. Some of that protection comes in the form of Alseid of Life's Bounty. 4 copies of this, a 1/1 with lifelink. We can sacrifice it for 1 to give something of our choice, either creature or enchantment, protection from the color of our choice until the end of turn. So whether or not we're going to get that kill on one thing, but the second will kill us, we can throw the protection on after blockers have been declared. If we want to do it beforehand and just make it unblockable, because there's no equation that we win there, and we still can get the damage to them instead of just dealing half damage to a creature, then sure, use the protection beforehand. Now it's unblockable. Great. We've got the Selfless Savior. No protection here, but you do grab Indestructible by sacrificing it, and of course it's a 1/1. That's tied along with the Sejiri Shelter for 2 mana at instant speed. Target creature you control gains protection from the color of your choice until the end of turn. That's going to be it. Those 3 protection cards will keep Killian, the Ink Duelist, alive. We've got recursion within the deck in the form of Malakir's Rebirth, another MDFC land. Oh, there's 22 lands in the deck, not 20. Never mind me. I knew there was a second MDFC. It enters tapped, and at instant speed for 1, choose target creature, you lose 2 life, and then when that creature dies, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. This is great, just to keep our goodies in play. Whether it be the Eidolon they're removing, whether it be Killian, the Strict Proctor, even later down the road, Lurrus. There are many good recursion spells to keep your creatures alive. Another one of them that combos quite nicely with Killian is the Minion's Return for 3 mana. It has Flash, which is even better. Another aura, so we can reduce it if Killian is in play. When enchanted creature dies, return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. Of course, this is an aura, and it will die, and that trigger from the Eidolon will go off and we'll draw a card. And if you're unfamiliar, Eidolon for 1 mana, it's a 1/2 with lifelink. Whenever enchanted creature dies, you draw a card for each aura that you controlled that was attached to it, which is really quite nice. And there's a lot of auras in the deck. They're all reduced through Killian. Mire's Grasp for removal for 2, casting it for 1 with Killian in play. Enchanted creature gets -3/-3. Minus effects will eat through Indestructible. All that glitters. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact and or enchantment you control. We have both enchantment creatures and regular enchantments in the deck to help that succeed. Dead Weight. Enchanted creature gets -2/-2. More like the Mire's Grasp, but cheaper, and sometimes we can use this without Killian in play because that's not always a sure thing, but this is still quite good. And again, all of these auras can be replayed from the grave because they're permanents with Lurrus of the Dream Den, a 3/2 with lifelink. During each of your turns, you may cast one permanent spell with converted mana cost 2 or less from your graveyard. We've got All That Glitters, we've got Mire's Grasp, we've got Mogis Favor, we have our Deadweight. These can all be cast on top of our opponent's creatures again for removal. And then we can replay our sacrifice creatures, Alseid, Selfless Savior, to allow us to re-protect every single turn in what will appear to be an infinite loop, which is pretty cool. The favor, we didn't mention this, enchanted creature gets +2/+1. We can play it from the grave, sure. Just fairly good value, especially if we do have the Eidolon in play and it just results in a draw anyways. We've got some pathways and 7 land of each basic type. That's the deck list. The Strict Proctor, I guess we didn't talk about this maybe. A 1/3 with flying. Whenever a permanent entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability to trigger, counter that ability unless its controller pays 2. Any of the ETB effects are now totally countered unless their opponent is paying for them. Everything from a scry land to, Skyclave Cleric or Skyclave Apparition, right? That's going to exile something. So this is a very, very nice card right now. It's doing wonders in every single match that I have it on the field, just to stifle your opponent and allow you to kind of execute, get a couple turns off with Killian, get Light of Promise on top, and all of a sudden you've got this massive creature that they can't deal with. You've got reoccurring protection for it as well, so it's actually a really cool deck when you can get it to pop. So with that being said, thank you guys all for your time and attention. I hope you enjoy not only this deck, but all of the other decks on my channel. Check them out. I've been pumping them out, and the support has been great. So if you're missing some, just go through the backlog and maybe watch one after this that you might have missed. Thank you so much. Check out our link tree for all the contests, giveaways, and support if you want to go above and beyond. I appreciate you. Have a magical day, and enjoy the gameplay footage. All right, last match. Win or lose. This is it. Terrible run, but sometimes it happens like that. And when I'm recording, I do have a full schedule, so it's not like I have other time to take off. This is a bad loss. Right, if they have a Frostbite here, if they have a Stomp here. Gruel? Lovestruck Beast. Guess let's grab the life. There's no way they've got Boulder Rush. Okay. I think they do have something, which is frightening. Right? I think they have something. Okay, interesting. They're playing lands from the top. We don't get our third land, which is so disheartening. We do have Killian. Right, so that does help. We could... No, we don't have the right mana there. We could still not push it up enough. We could take it to 4. But then it'll die. We need more land. Think killing both of these is worth it? Probably, right? We have another Killian in hand, and we get a draw from it. If we played our Light of Promise, I know they would have blocked it, and I didn't necessarily want that. I want that third land. Maybe we should have played Glitters. But having the protection in play will help. Very awkward match here. Not pulling a land sucks! We flood or we brick. We got 2 modes today. Or we get cleaved out. We have plenty of life, so now it just can't block us. They have to double block Killian. Maybe we do just do it. Get protection from green. Okay. So that is going to help. You know, that's an 8-5. That's a lot harder for them to deal with. Unless they have some fight effect off the beast. If we can survive with it one more turn, it's going to be a lot better. We're trying our best, you guys. We're trying our best. It's all up to this turn if they've got a fight effect. Otherwise, our life gain out pushes them in a lot of different ways. I mean, the hand could sustain them for a long time and maybe overpower us. No blocks. 8 damage. It's a chunk. There's no cleave on it. Land in play off the top. Nice. Via a Heart of Keld. Don't you guys love my pronunciation on everything? It's just... It's an acquired taste. Another 1/1, right? Because the menace. Oh no, 3 mana. They're keeping 1 mana up, and they want it to be green. Is it a fight effect? Don't you dare. Okay. Woo-hoo! It can't be instant speed for 1. And it's like, this is so much life gain. They do outpace us, oddly enough, but not for long. They could have a cleave still. That would outpace us. This does need to be blocked. I'm sure it will be a 5/5 and a 1/1 to allow the other 5/5 to attack. If they double block with the 1/1s, the 2 5/5s are dead unless they have a 1/1 in hand. All right, a couple different things going on here. I wish we had another land. Like, I do not know what's happening to me today. All right, they're losing the 1/1s. We do gain 12 counters here and 12 life, right? So this is a big boy now. All right, that's a 24-19 Killian. Woof! So I'm not worried about fight effects anymore. They play a 1/1 and cleave us. We're getting hit for 12, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I think this is winning for us. Because our Killian's going to outpace the cleave damage even now. Dragon's cool, yeah. It's not a 1/1 though. So we just get hit for 7. Or just for 4. At this point, all that glitters isn't even really worth it, because it already is just so powerful. Maybe we'll play the Proctor, shut down any ETBs on them. Well... It doesn't actually have to be on this one. And I'm going to play this Rebirth, I guess. A 32-29 with lifelink and menace. Woof. Have you ever taken out 2 Lovestruck Beasts at once? This is news to me. After getting beat up today, this is what we need in our life, a little bit of. A 64-61. Woof! When it goes, it goes. Our opponent does not appreciate that, and they have no way to deal with it. I don't think so. White has tapped creature does damage equal to itself, stuff like that. Yeah, they crush the Eidolon, we get a draw, and it comes back to play. There's the land we wanted this whole time. A little late, but we get it. $58 life. They're being a good sport, I'll give them that. Top 1200. That's someone who plays the game a lot. Right? I know how much I play, right? So, woof. They're going wide. I guess we could sacrifice some toughness. As 66-60, 666. Uh-oh! A couple points of life. Couple counters. Oh my gosh. 132, 126. That's a new record for Killian. I got this guy popping off, but not like this. We got him to 60 before our opponent scooped normally. This is all-time high. Our opponent is surviving, though, which is pretty cool. We have 120 life. They kill our little dude. No! However, will we draw? Hit for 4. Coming at us. Can you imagine losing this match? They could double ooze the grave. That's too many lands now. We can get 1 damage in here. Yeah. That the ooze can out life gain. I mean, we're taking out 2 creatures at once, which is great. Woof. Gaining 130 counters. Goodness gracious. Sometimes it pops. I've got other footage of it popping as well. I played against Felipa Kerala, and yeah, that was a good match. I had a lot of fun with that one. I felt kind of bad, but Killian and Strict Proctor, just, so good. Maybe they do have a card. Good game. 25% win rate, you guys. We got beat up today, but I promise it's a good deck. I promise. Look at this guy. 260, 254. Woof! It's too bad he didn't let us hit him. Alright, we're going second. The land might actually be good. We're playing mono red. That's great. Is the blocker. I mean, it's the right play, but I think it'll get removed. No, we're good. We're good, we're good, we're good. Robert gets a draw. Whew. What? Okay. And HGG is confused. Let's take the draw, get the land. Thank you. Okay. And then we have protection on the Hateful Eidolon. No attacks, we play defensively against mono red and turn. Let's just try to grind them out. If we can get a Hope out on the Eidolon. Oh, Annex his BMs though. This is a good defender, mon. I don't want to just block with minions. Oh! Cancelled. I kind of just want to block with minions return. I really want to make sure that Light of Promise works. We probably get cleaved here. The protection might have been better, and then we could have stopped cleave damage, but... if we're going to make it work, we kind of do have to take that turn off. Almost like we did at the start, even. Oh, no. And this will give us that life gain that we need too. Cleave on Annex, I assume. Definitely most profitable. Yeah, okay. I mean, we are making the move on the Eidolon. Oof. Down to 5, up to 6. I don't know if we'll survive without a block. Oh. Malakir Rebirth wouldn't really work, so we lose life. We go up to 12. If they have any devotion to play, any damage, they'll win. Unless we block. But if we block, our tokens double on the first strike. And like that could probably be useful to survive. And we might actually stop all of the damage then. Which is pretty interesting. Very awkward. Very, very awkward. Yeah, they do go right for it. And that extra devotion helps them kill it. So sad. The only way it works for us is if they kill the Eidolon first. No. No. And we also don't get the life gain because the first strike outpowered us. But we do on the second strike. but we're just dead. Oh, that hurts. Only one black source of mana too. Well, that helps, but still. Good game, bro. Everybody just bullying us today. If it wasn't for that giant, we would have had them. If it wasn't for the giant, we would have had them. I'll play one more, but at a certain point, I'm going to start crying. Going first into Alseid. Into all sad who see it played against them. Oh, it's similar to the Selfless Savior. That's also sad times. I guess we can hold up our Rebirth here. I'll take that trade. Haha! Got your dog! Oh, that's annoying. Very much so. Turn 3 Lurrus is good. No attacks. End turn. Right, like technically, unless they Skyclave, we can make them discard every turn. If they have a glass casket, I'm going to freak out. Sure. We let that die. Oh my god. Not that we had the mana to protect it anyways, but... Cry. Cry, cry, cry. And if only we had our Proctor out to counter it! But it was greedy. Turn 3 Lurrus is so good, he says. Well, is it really? Proctor would have been a billion times better there. Frig off, Brandy. They tossed Skyclave? Interesting. I do not know. They have indestructible. It is a problem. Maybe we should have held up protection because they most likely have more exile, if anything else. But it's all ETB. And we can't race them. They discard a land, that's not good. Just trying to punish them for the Hallowblade as much as we can through the discard. But is it enough? Nope, it's not. So we're definitely losing that race. And the block's not worth it because we'll just lose to a Selfless Savior. So we may as well try to risk it in a later turn to grab something with life gain, lifelink. Oh gosh. Big hits, right? They're twice the pace we are. Plus they have a giant killer to lock us out. That's a lot of land, man. Meanwhile, they only have 3, just flogging us. Oof. Big hit. Haven's up and active. Well, I mean, it's a little late. Let's be honest. Oh! I'm always losing my first match. It's getting in the way of my win streak. Can I get a woof woof? Alright, well, sometimes you do alright. Sometimes you don't. I like it, though. You know, it's a fun deck. We didn't get beat up so bad, and at least we got one match to showcase. Before that last match, I was like, man, I might have to use this footage I had from Philippa the other day just to show that the deck works, right? But we got our own. We got our own that worked. And if you want to see more of this deck, I played a couple matches against another content creator, Philippa Carola. You can probably Google that, or I'll have a link in the description below if I can remember it. Maybe she might even comment on this, and that's an easy way to find her too. Go check her channel out. Go check that footage out. It's really fun. It's a great deck. I loved it. And it really is a unique spin on a classic meta deck. And Killian, it's so good. And I'm wondering what other 3 CMC enchantments would work wonders in the deck for us. I love Light of Promise. We have to have that. That's our kill card, right? But then we also have the defensive play within Minion's Return. You know, what about maybe an enchantment for 3 mana that can protect Killian like Minion's Return, but without him dying, right? Because then when he dies, we lose all the enchantments that were on him. We lose the +1/+1 counters that were on him. It's like a reset. So I would like maybe more protection that doesn't require him to go to the grave, like Minion's Return. However, you know, Minion's Return on Lurrus is great, and then you still have the rest of the deck. So it's kind of cool that we take 2 decks, fuse them together, and you know, it's just working incredibly well. Again, thank you all for your time and attention. Make sure to download Magic the Gathering Arena Assistant. You can get that for free in the Linktree link in the description below. You can also support a variety of other ways there as well as getting in on our giveaways and contests. I hope you guys have all had an enjoyable experience, LOL, and continue to have a magical day. Take care, and we'll see you soon in the next video.